There are some publications that are essential, that are must-reads. If we were in a university or college setting, they would be part of the reading list. Now, the publication I want to talk about today is not actually a book, it's actually an article within a book, and it's the Annals of Tourism Research from Nepal, and that was, I think, December 1993. The article is called Tibetan Tourist Thangkas in the Kathmandu Valley, and it's by Yael Bentor. And this is the most important article on this subject. And the subject is, really, it's about acquiring traditional art. It's about how do we acquire it? How do we know it's real? How do we test it? And this has really become quite a problem because there is just such a large amount of Tibetan paintings, Nepalese paintings produced in northern India, well, actually even in southern India now, central India, Bhutan, Nepal, Ladakh, Tibet proper, northern China, Mongolia. And there's even Tibetan painting schools outside of Shanghai and elsewhere. So how do we approach this, and how do we know, how can we judge just real authenticity, not even really looking at quality yet, but just kind of an authenticity? So Yael Bentor, what she's done is she's outlined it and discussed it in detail. And now, remember, this is December 1993, so this is before we have a lot of access to what's going on with Tibetan painting schools and other schools in mainland China. So she really lays it out first as Thangkas made for internal use, the intermediate audience, and thirdly the external audience, which are tourist Thangkas. And this is really very, very clever because Thangkas made for internal use will be iconographically accurate, they will be fully functional, they will be symbolic in nature, and they will have the fewest errors or mistakes. And they will be also, they would be managed by somebody who is in charge and responsible from the commissioners or the commissioning side of it. Now, the intermediate audience, now they could be kind of Sunday Buddhists, Sunday Hindus. They're just wanting to commission something, but they are within the fold of Hinduism or Buddhism or the Bon religion. Then we have the external audience. Now, the external audience are those people who are completely disconnected from the religious tradition that the paintings are about. And so these are really tourist Thangkas. Okay, then she moves into the painters who are the artists creating these different levels of Thangkas and patas and paubas. And then she goes into talking about the Thangkas described, and then finally the commercialization of Tibetan Thangkas, which is really where we are today with this tremendous commercialization coming out of India, Nepal, and China. And the vast number of schools that are just churning out just tremendous numbers of works of all different qualities, and some are just not even recognizable. The iconography is not accurate. The style is not known. It's just product. So this is a very important subject, and it's an essential subject for those who are serious about studying Himalayan art, and especially if you're looking at the new traditional style art that are being still made today. So if you go to the HAR website, you can actually, there are links to download this paper, this article by Yael Bentor, and it's very much a required a read for anybody who's doing serious research or study in this area. So you can press the subscribe button. You can join HAR on Patreon. You can also make a donation directly on the homepage of Himalayan Art Resources.